Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, April 21st, 2020. Continue in this crazy pandemic situation, but it's starting to warm up here in Southern California, and it's been nice. My kids are back at school. They are all on various rooms of my house, Zoom meeting and starting to learn again. I hear other kids in the neighborhood playing. It's a situation of the new normal. I got a nice message this morning from someone who's been appreciating all the work that we've done at VBS. Moving to an online community has not been easy, but it's been something that we're kind of proud that we've done. And last night we did a very moving Yom HaShoah ceremony, which was really nice and very well coordinated by Alana Zimmerman, our program director, and Alana Vorspan, our communications director, helping with the tech side. So this is really interesting. It's just kind of the new normal. And we don't know how long this will actually last, where each of us is just trying to get through the day and just trying to get through the week and get through the month, get through the season. And today being Yom HaShoah, I just want to point out something really important and special, I think. The word Yom HaShoah is actually not technically the name of the term for the day that celebrated or commemorated the Holocaust Annual Memorial Day. It's called Yom HaShoah Ugvura. It's the day of the Holocaust and also of heroship, the word Gvura. And that's because it was on this day, back in, over 70 years ago now, it was on this day that the Warsaw Ghetto rose up against Nazi occupation. And while that story didn't end well, it gives us a sense of what's, I think, at the core of the Jewish spirit, which is that when we are suffering and we know how to suffer, and when we are broken and we know what it's like to be broken, there's still a strength inside each and every one of us that as a nation and as a people that has been kicked out of every land in the entire world, that we know what it means to feel broken and to feel suffering, but we also know how to use those muscles to push upward and outward. And because of that, we've been resilient. When we were destroyed by the Greeks, we were able to outlive the Greeks. And when we were destroyed by the Romans, we were able to outlive the Romans. When we were destroyed by the Babylonians, we outlived the Babylonians and the Assyrians and the medieval empires and medieval nation states. And now we face an incredible challenge through this pandemic, and it's a challenge like any other. It's not a challenge of an invading army, so to speak. It's not a challenge of a despotic ruler who is trying to destroy us by coercive power. It's a challenge of biology. It's a challenge of science. It's a challenge that attacks a different part of our souls, not the physical part of outlawing what it means to be a Jew, but the spiritual part, calling into question some of our deepest held beliefs of what community should be. But it's in that moment where we move from the suffering part to the strength, to the gvura. And that as we remember, just as we remember all of those victims of the Holocaust, we also try to lift up those voices of those who fought back and those who tried against all odds to succeed, because that's what's the core of the Jewish spirit. So your morning Kavanah for the day, on this wonderful and terrible day, Yom HaShoah Ugvura, is to remember in love and in sanctity those who were victims of the Holocaust, and to remember the second and third generations of those, how trauma has existed through history for our people, but to also remember the gvura, the strength of how we can push back, both against physical and political foes and enemies, and also against our own spiritual enemies. That today, just like every other day, the Jewish spirit is alive, and we are well. And through this suffering, through this pandemic, through this memory that we have, we can use these old muscles to become stronger and better and more powerful. And so I want to lift up this sense that we both suffer and we strive, that we fall down and we get up, that we are both destroyed and rebuilt, that we are vanquished and we are victors. That is the essence of Yom HaShoah Ugvura. And in just another day or two, or a few days, we're going to be celebrating the birth of the State of Israel, which is a perfect example of how when we fall down, we get up in the most glorious of ways. So I want to send love and care to each and every one of you, and stay safe, and stay home, and stay healthy, and most importantly, stay strong and stay loving. Have a wonderful day.